3-point range, plus 10 turnovers on the night. After the game, Trey shifted the blame away from him and the team, saying, quote, "If the refs are going to let them be as physical as they are and not call fouls, it's going to be hard to really do anything anyway." Skip, you know, you've never been a big fan of Trey's, so what are your thoughts on his first 2 games against the Heat?
And Shannon Sharp has been a huge fan.
I'm an Ice Trey fan. I'm an Ice Trey fan.
Of little Mice Trey. Look, Mr. Sharp, I'm sure he is a great young man. Nice kid. He's fun to watch. I will give you that. He has elite quickness, start-stop ability. But too often he turns into just a cute little sideshow to me. And I'm going to say it again. I know it's just 2 games, and the games were both in Miami, but he is way overrated. In the end, he's a good player, but he's not a great one. And I think he'll always be a good but not great player. You've said he'll be better than LaMelo. I do not think that he will be. I believe he'll always be a star, and he'll make all-star teams. He'll be beloved, but he won't ever be a superstar who can carry a team. And I'm going to remind you, Atlanta this year came into this postseason as the 9 seed into the play-in tournament, the 9 seed. So that's what he got them this year.
Right.
I think too often Trey is a victim of his own overhype because he takes way too many threes from distance. He's taken too many logo threes trying to live up to expectations. And you realize so far in his fairly young postseason career, he's now shooting from 3 29.2%. It's just not good enough. It's team killing because you're taking and missing way too many shots from way too deep. If you hit one every once in a while, it can be a momentum maker or breaker, obviously. But he just doesn't hit enough of them. And obviously now 2 for 17 in the first 2 games in Miami. Trae Young led this league in turnovers. He even eclipsed Russell Westbrook, mainly because he kept playing games that Westbrook did not play down the stretch. But remember, Westbrook did play 2 more games than Trae did and had 295 turnovers. Trae had 303 turnovers in 76 games. So really, Trae was even worse than Russell was, and we both agreed Russ was all-time bad this year.
Well, the thing is that Ice Trey had the ball in his hand for the entirety of the game. Couldn't imagine if Russ was just on the team with no LeBron. Because remember, they took the ball out of Russ's hand. LeBron started playing the point and put Russ in the off guard.
Okay, fair point. But in the end, there's one thing that you can't make better about little Trae is he's little Trae.
Yeah.
What is he, 5'11" maybe?
Yeah,
they
maybe
give him 6'1", but he might be 6 feet. I don't think he's much more than 6 feet. And what happens is that a Ben Simmons in Game 7 last year at 6 feet 10, long and agile, can just take him out of the game. He shot 5 for 23 in that Game 7, and they managed to overcome it, in part because Ben Simmons on the other end was afraid of the free throw line. So, in the end, Miami is just too big and physical for him. And if they make him their point of focus on defense, they'll just take him right out of the game because they're going to rough him up and he's going to moan about the calls after the game because he's just too little to take over games and be a superstar. So in the end, because so many people love him just as much as they love Luka. And by the way, that battle's over to me. That's Luka all day over Trae.
Oh, you finally come around to Luka, baby bird.
If I have to pick one, I'm going Luka all day and all night and all week and all month and all year because, again, what's Luka, 6'7", right?
6'7", 6'7",
and
6'8".
he plays even bigger than 6'7" or 6'8" in the paint because he's unstoppable in the paint. Not much of a shooter, but boy, can he get to the rim. So, Shannon, I'm sorry, but you're losing another battle.
No, but Skip, look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Ice Trey has been good the first 2 games because he hasn't. Although he shot the ball a little better from the field, the 2 for 10, the 1 for 7. I think it was 1 for 7, 1 for 8 the other night. That's not nearly good enough. But Skip, let's not act like the man hasn't been sensational in his playoff career. He was 36-9 in a closeout game just last year at Madison Square Garden. He was 39-7 against the Sixers in a 26-point comeback win. He went 48-11 in a Game 1 victory over the Milwaukee Bucks. Remember how you were crowing about Kevin Durant had 48 points against the Bucks in a win? Trae Young at 6 foot 5'11" did the exact same thing, and you become dismissive of it. Hold on. They were the 5th seed last year and got all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals after knocking off the number 1 seed in the 76ers. Skip, let's not pretend. The Hawks are the 8th seed. The Heat are the 1 seed. The Heat are supposed to win this game. All they've done is hold serve at home. Now, I'm not so sure, even if Trae had a great game, the way Jimmy Buckets got it going last night, and we've seen him, Skip, in the championship game against the Lakers last year. He can take a game over now.
In the bubble.
In the bubble. We've seen him have these type games before. So, but Trae has to be better. He has to do a better job of taking care of the basketball, Skip. 10 turnovers with what do you have? Like 7 assists? Now, that's not good enough.
No.
Nah, that's not good enough. If you're going to have 10 turnovers, you need to have 20 assists, which is probably not going to happen. But,
and by the way, could I interrupt briefly?
Yeah.
Just to show those who might not have witnessed this last night, could we see those 10 turnovers, please?
You got all 10, 3 or 4.
Just to
3 or
get
4 would have done this, would have
just to
sufficed.
get the overall impact, if we could, please. Here we go. This is Westbrookian. Trae. Whoops.
Oh, he walked.
Trae.
Yeah,
Oh, hi. That's a Westbrook special. Whoops. Bad idea. Trae, calm down. Whoops. Again, he's getting doubled a lot, and they're just saying we're going to overpower him.
Yeah, get your hands up.
He's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
forcing and forcing and forcing and forcing.
Right.
And he's getting more and more frustrated. And whoops, Trae.
Yeah,
That was a bad idea. Whoops. Yeah. Just a lot of bad ideas.
Yeah. And Skip, look, he's a finesse player. And anytime you play a finesse player, hey, Skip, what was the book on Jordan? The Jordan rules? What did they do, Skip? Get physical. We're not gonna let him get airborne. And we get airborne, we're gonna snatch him out the air. We're gonna try to impose as much physicality. We're trying to impose our will on. Same thing with Steph, Skip. What do they try to do? Get physical with him.
Yep.
So that's what they're doing with Trae, and Trae's even smaller than Steph.
Listen, I think Steph might be 4 inches taller. No, I'm serious. Steph is actually taller than you think he is.
Yeah, he is. He's legit 6'3".
Yeah, legit. So here's the problem for Nate McMillan. That, again, your sort of home area, the ATL.
Yes.
They love Trae. He's their...
Yeah.
He's it for them because they finally have somebody to root for, something to root for that's fun to watch, and it can be on a nightly basis, every other night or so, electrifying to your point of your numbers. The problem is, again, to your numbers, is that he's shooting 29.2% in the postseason from 3. But Nate is stuck where you have to give him a green light because that's how you're going to get electrifying. You don't know if you'll get electrifying on a nightly basis. I think it's way too inconsistent to be a winning team.
Yeah.
But you have to give him his head. You have to just let him go, and he's going to turn the ball over.
Yeah, he's going to turn the ball over, Skip, because he tries a lot of different things. But he's still 27-9 for a career as playoff average, 27 points, 9 assists. And like I said, Skip, look, this is the 1 versus the 8. I mean, nobody. I hadn't seen anywhere where they picked Atlanta to beat the Heat. Now, Atlanta is a very good team. They might have been the best team since January at home. I do believe they're going to get one of these games at home.
Well, since January 17th, they're 20-3 at home, which is the best record in the NBA.
So that's pretty good.
Okay, well, they should get 2 games at home.
I don't know if they'll get 2, Skip, because I think overall, the Heat's just a better team. And now, you can't have Gallinari giving you 2 points. Huerta gave you 9. Deion Wright gave you 9.
Okay, but what did Bogdanovich do in the fourth quarter?
Oh, man, he went crazy.
In the fourth quarter, he gave you 19.
He went
19
crazy.
In the fourth. Without that, this is a wipeout.
And that's where had Trae given you one of those performances like he gave you against, say, Charlotte, or like he gave you against Cleveland, or Milwaukee, or New York last year, Skip, now we might have a 1-1 series because Bogdanovich got it going. I mean, I'm like, because I'm on the plane watching, like, hold on. Did that go in? Because it was so. I thought my TV was glitching.
Yeah,
but it was. Yeah, it was going in.
It was going in, and trays were not going in. So could we please see the? How many? Let's see. 2 for 10. He missed what? 8
Yes.
threes. He missed 8 more threes. I think
Two
we
or
have
three
all
will-
of them. We have
two
the
or three
whole,
will suffice.
I think we have the whole
Oh, my
list of them from the
This
2
man
for
put a
17. These
montage
are 15 misses. Here are 15 misses from 3. Ooh, that was bad. That missed just about everything. That barely ticked the front of the rim. These are all of his 15 missed shots in the first 2 games from 3. A lot of shorts. He's shooting from way out, and I think they're wearing him down and out. That's at the end of the half.
But he get 2 days off.
Ooh,
He'll
that's
be all right.
bad. But these are some bad misses. I mean, I'm watching the game. Obviously, I'm rooting against him and them. Now we're into game 2. And whoops, I just got blocked. He's 5'11". And it takes all of his might to get the ball there from that kind of distance.
Well, Skip, I mean, when you shoot,
Have you seen one lip yet where you said, oh, that almost went in? That was a brick.
watch what
Right? That was a little
Okay,
better.
where did he go to the farm?
Yeah.
Wait till he show up at the farm in a couple of days. You're going to be sorry that you said this when he show up at State Farm Arena.
Whew. Well, that's
Okay.
that's an ugly batch of misses,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Whew. So what are you predicting? He'll make 8 threes in game 3?
I don't know if he'll make 8, but I'm going to say you know what? I'm going to take him. I'm going to say they're going to win game 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me the points and get a
I don't know what the points are yet.
It don't matter. Just say you give me the points.
No, I got to hear what they are first. What is it going to be, like 8?
Nah, I don't think it'll be 8.
I
Might
don't
be
know.
5 or 6, though.
Well, it might be. Well, when I hear what the points are, we will make that bet.
Okay.
Okay? So you're back on the bandwagon. You never got off?
No, I like Trey. I don't expect them to beat the Heat, but I think Trey is a phenomenal player. I think Trey is better than what you're giving him credit for. That's what I think.
I do not. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Well, guys, the Hawks did have the worst road record in the regular season of any team now in the playoffs. So, to Shannon's point, going home might help Trey and company. All right, let's move on. Ja Morant scored 23 points as the Grizzlies bounced back. They had a big 124-96 W over the T-Wolves. Ja also had 9 rebounds and 10 dimes, so close to a triple-double. Afterwards, he spoke about the difference in last night and the Game 1 loss, saying, I feel like I balanced very well on looking for my shots and making the extra pass. It got us some open looks, and the lead went up from there. So, Shannon, your turn. On a scale of 1 to 10, how impressed were you with how the Grizzlies bounced back?
I gave him a 10 because, Skip, this is the Grizzlies team that we saw all year long. A team that just didn't show up and says, okay, we're going to win because we showed up. I think Monday, the first game, they came out and just like, oh, man, we're the Grizz. We're the number 2 seed. We good. I mean, we better. They was in the play-in tournament.
Yep.
They can't deal with us. And little did they know, yeah, they can. Skip, I didn't really like the way the game was called last night. Skip, that's too many fouls. I don't want to see that. Skip, that's bad.
Do you realize the first quarter took 50 minutes, 50 minutes
Come on,
to play?
Skip,
50 minutes?
That ain't basketball. Come on now. I understand. Look, let them play. You can't. 20 total fouls, 33 free throws. The most, I think, most free throw attempt in 25 years.
It was.
Nah,
Yep.
come on. That's not. Look.
In a quarter.
In a quarter.
Yeah.
They did a great job, but also they were able to get Karl Anthony Towns in foul trouble. And that had a big bearing on the outcome of the ball game because once he went out, they just took off. But, you know, when you get this kind of balanced scoring, and this is who the Memphis Grizzlies are. When
Correct.
Skip, you look at somebody 16 points, 23, 13, 13, 10, 13. Now, that's who they are. Every once in a while, you'll get a game where Ja gets you 40 or you know, high 40s, high 30s. But most of the time, Skip, it's 23, 16, 16, 13, 13. They eat you up like that. And they stayed out of foul trouble. That's what they needed to do, Skip, even though Steven Adams hadn't given them anything. The first 2 games, Skip, well, he only played 2 minutes and 50 seconds. I mean, zeros across the board. But when you get Jaren Jackson, who's doing what he's doing, knocking down a couple of threes, protecting the paint.
He finally made a couple.
He made a couple.
Yeah.
Bane did his thing. Now, Dylan Brooks didn't have a good game.
No.
But you look at their bench, Skip, you know, you get Brandon Clark, Zaire Williams, Tyus Jones.
Well, the big one was Tillman, who never even plays, and he comes in and gives